I'm the behind the scenes guy.
Hey everyone, I believe we're live. So, hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Rajan. I'm the community coordinator here at Apollo. And with me here today, I have Tim from Tim's Electric. He's one of our affiliates and one of our one of the amazing electric scooter reviewers on YouTube. Just wanted to give you all a heads up. This week, unfortunately, none of the execs could make it as Mac and Elwa, as you know, are in China. And Chris is away from the office today, and Nadeem is also has a prior engagement. However, myself and Tim, we're glad to have everyone here, and we're gonna have a great live stream.
Thank you for having me on the show today, Rajan. Thank you.
Thanks, Tim. To start us off, could you please introduce yourself, give us a little bit
Sure.
more info about your channel?
Yeah, sure. I'm Tim from Tim's Electric, a YouTube channel slash reviewer. I've been reviewing electric scooters since just late 2019. 2020 sort of had a few moments of my life available to do more filming, as a lot of people had a little extra time in 2020, and I just sort of embraced it. I live on an island called Vancouver Island in beautiful Victoria, BC. I love it here. It's got that Pacific West Coast vibe, so it's beautiful here. So it makes making these review videos so much more fun. So, but that's a little bit about me.
I know a little bit background about me. In charge of the community here at Apollo, so I also handle affiliates. So I watch all the videos, all the pictures that you guys send out, and I encourage you all to check out Tim's channel. We can put the link on the chat there afterwards, and you all can check it out. It's you'll see how beautiful it is out there on you said in Victoria Island. Right.
It's really confusing, Rajon. That's one of the things about living here, because there's Vancouver, which a lot of people know of Vancouver. Competitions, Olympics, Winter Olympics, that kind of stuff. But I live on an island called Vancouver Island, which is about a 2-hour ferry ride away from Vancouver. So that's not confusing at all. And then I happen to live in the capital of British Columbia, which is called Victoria. And a lot of people think it's Vancouver, but it's not. It's Victoria. And we sort of live in this bucolic, sort of beautiful environment. And it's a pretty special place. So if you ever get a chance, Rajan, I highly recommend checking out Victoria. I think you'd love it.
For sure, for sure. I see a lot of your videos. You not only review Apollo scooters, you review tons of other
Mm-hmm.
scooters as well. And I can see that you have like a lot of experience with PEVs and scooters. Out of all the PEVs that you've ridden, what makes like a scooter stand out to you?
You know what, Rajan? I mean, the reason I should probably mention why I got into it in the first place.
Okay, yeah.
Because I got into electric scooters. I happen to live in an apartment and I don't have an elevator. I really wanted an e-bike, I thought, and I thought, get an e-bike, that'll be great. It'll be great for getting around town, save me on gas. Gas prices were going up. And then I happened to see this YouTuber called Electron Surfer, Jim at Electron Surfer, and he was reviewing electric scooters. And I thought, you know what, that would make sense. But there's a difference between Jim and I, and that is I'm a little bit bigger than he is, like by about 100 pounds. I'm a big guy. And so I found that a lot of these reviewers were doing fabulous reviews, but then they weren't really speaking to the bigger guys out there. So I thought, you know what, I'll go grab myself an electric scooter and try one out. And I worked with a store here in town that had a couple of electric scooters that they lent me, and I just started trying them out and sharing my feelings and thoughts on what it was like to actually ride around an electric scooter as a bigger guy. Like, will it get me up the hills? Will it get me to the university back? Will it get me to soccer practice?
Yeah.
All those kinds of things, Rajan.
For me personally, I also have that concern because I personally ride the air. It's this summer as well, and I'm about 230, 240 pounds, and a lot of people ask me, like that's a fairly small scooter. How does it get you around? And I tell them for my needs, I'm a casual rider, so I just wanted to go around the neighborhood. If I don't want to pay for Uber Eats fees, then I use it to go to go to the local taco shop. Save a little bit, get some fresh air, and it works perfectly. So I do understand. You want that perspective from from you as a rider. Does a scooter meet your needs, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I mean, I can get into what my daily rider is right now, if that is that of interest, do you think?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. So it happens to be an Apollo. It's the Apollo City Pro. What I find, what I love about the City Pro, I mean, if you can watch the reviews, of course, but what I'm loving about it is that it's got the range that I need. It's got plenty of power. I've got the Pro, so that's the dual motor, so it gets me up and down the hills, no problem. It's really quiet, like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
When you're going through the parks or riding in areas, you don't need to hear big motors and stuff like it's lovely for that. It looks good, like it's kind of like that refined. It doesn't have cables dangling all over the place. The IP rating is fantastic. Like I live on Vancouver Island, Victoria. It rains quite a bit here. It doesn't rain as much as Vancouver, but it still rains quite a bit here in the wintertime. And just having that peace of mind that I can ride around and have no issues with any kind of water ingress, so that's kind of nice. I love something I absolutely love are regen brakes. Just having that, putting my thumb on the regen thumb throttle, whatever you want to call it. That's so kind and so sweet on my body, like it's not that aggressive brakes all the time. So I actually ride around now just with my thumb on that. I hardly ever touch the brakes. And the drum brakes just means, on the Apollo, it just means I don't have to worry about any kind of maintenance, really. I mean, it's pretty maintenance free as a unit. So I'm loving that. That is sort of my daily rider. Yeah, loving it. I mean, I have lots of scooters and lots of e-bikes to choose from. Also, it's not too heavy for me to carry it up and down because I live on the third floor or the top floor of an apartment building. It's not too heavy for me to carry up and down the stairs. So that's right. So that's my daily rider.
Well, no, for that, like a lot of things in life, but especially with products that we use every day, it really depends on what you need it for. So actually, first of all, shout out to all the guys that are here right now that are watching. Thank you so much for watching. Justin, Philip, Michael, Gasper, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. And we'll get to questions later. I promise you. So yeah, like with scooters, it really depends on what you're looking for. Now, not to sound like really, this isn't a sales pitch, but when people ask me what's the best scooter for myself, I always ask them, what do you use it for? Are you using it to commute? Are you using it to just to have fun on the weekends, or are you using it are you a casual rider? And I'll give you a little bit of background about myself as an Apollo employee. We're very fortunate that we have access to the Apollo models, right? Like here on our end. And last year I had a Phantom V2 and it was great. And I used it to commute to work. But this year, when I really thought about what I needed, I figured out I was a casual rider. So I have the Air 2022. So it really is all about complementing your lifestyle. Because if you're someone that needs a reliable commuter, right, like the city, that's what you should go for, right? If you want something a little bit faster and you want a bit more thrill and you want to be you're a weekend warrior, go for the Phantom. And if you want something light and easy, I have to carry mine up 3 flights of stairs on the fire escape because my building doesn't allow me to bring it. It's a beautiful old building. It doesn't allow me to bring it up the hardwood front doors so they don't get scuffed. So I bring it up. I carry it up my shoulders. So for me to have the Air, it's much easier than the Phantom. 77 pounds on your shoulder going up 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah, the Phantom would be a bit heavy. I wanted to shout out to the guys that are watching right now. And a special shout out to Michael. Michael Verono happens to be my camera guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's one of the guys that does the behind the scenes camera shots. I have a little moment where he comes on camera and does Michael's word of the day, where he shares what his thoughts are. So special shout out to Michael and to the rest of the guys here, Justin, Gasper, and DC and Philippe. I actually have, similar to yourself, like one of the things I like to do is to help people with the purchases of their scooters. So one of the things on my website, for example, is I have a form that they can fill out. It's just a Google Doc, and it basically just asks those questions like, how heavy do you want it? How far are you going? Do you have stairs? Do you have an elevator? Do you ride at night? Do you like all these things? Questions that people, if they answer those questions in that sort of format, then I can really help direct them. And I noticed on the Apollo website recently that you guys shifted it. You have like, is it for a heavier rider? Are you doing commuting? The same thing, because those are the sorts of things that really help people to get the scooter that they need. Because I'm not sure if this happened to you, but my very first scooter was underpowered, underwhelming, and frustrating, and it took away from the experience of riding an electric scooter. Thankfully, I moved that along to somebody who was much lighter than me, and I was able to find a scooter that was, a better fit for me. And as I go along now, I find like I almost being a reviewer, it's fantastic because, if I need just a little light one to go down to the tennis courts, I can do that. If I need one, I want to go for a boot all the way out to, to Souk, which is, 20 or 30 kilometers from here. I have a bigger electric scooter. I can try the Phantom with for that type of thing. So that gives me a lot of variety, but it also gives me the experience of what it's like to do trail riding versus commuting. Yeah. I'm absolutely, I'm loving my city. It's really funny how I gravitate towards that so often.
And another part too, that aside from our website, is our Facebook group. I personally manage the Facebook group, and we have some amazing members. If y'all don't know, in the last month, we did a contest where our members that had the most engagement, just for engaging with the group, we sent them all Apollo hats. I know a lot of people have been asking for those. So
they look sweet. Those hats look sweet.
And
so if I jump on the Facebook page and start leaving comments, I get a chance.
Yeah, we can see what we can do for you, Tim. And part of that is people ask, people who don't even have an Apollo scooter go on the group saying, "Hey, I'm looking at Apollo. How does this model work? Is it good for my lifestyle?" And the community has been absolutely amazing at helping each other, and we really want to build this community and make our members feel special. So part of that is doing these giveaways. Next Friday, we're going to be doing our Montreal, summer meetup, inaugural summer meetup and test rides, where everyone can ride the Pro, and they can also test ride our other models. And we really want to expand this, not just in Montreal, not just in LA, not just in New York, but eventually our plan is to have just like hubs everywhere where we can plan. And I actually am the guy that plans this. If I know, for example, that we have a lot of community members in Vancouver, maybe why not organize an event there? I mean, I'm not going to commit right now that when we're going to do it, but if it makes sense, then why not, right?
Absolutely, I think that's a lot of fun. I did my very first group ride just last month. A nice warm day here in Victoria, and I put it out there. I said, "Hey, come on down." And basically, what the idea was, I wanted people to meet up and share in the community. Also, just to put a name to the face, like, because sometimes people leave comments on my videos or they'll direct message me on Instagram, and that's fantastic. But it's so cool just to meet people in person, also see what they're riding, and answer questions. And then I happen to be riding a particular scooter, and they're like, "Yeah, can I try that out?" Yes, absolutely, try this one out. And if you happen, and just reaching out to people who are watching this, if you happen to live in Victoria, reach out to me. I mean, I have these Apollos. We meet up in Beacon Hill Park, go for a quick ride around the park with a scooter. It'd be a great way to try out one of the Apollo scooters.
And if you use Tim's code, you get $50 off an accessory.
That's right. But I mean, that's really kind of you, Rajan. That's not why I do it, right? Like, I actually don't do it to try. Like, if I make money other ways, I don't need to do it doing reviews.
But I send out those codes.
Yeah.
I want people to. We want people to feel special, right? To why not get a bag? Why not get you need a phone holder for your scooter, and that's why we tell people, like, please avail of this code. Like, we've had some people come in. I've had stories where, let's say it was during a sale, and we had a free accessory sale, and somebody placed an order for a scooter, and I noticed that they didn't they didn't get any accessories, and actually reach out to them and say, hey, thank you very much for your order. By the way, I noticed that you never availed of a free accessory. Would you like?
Oh, I see. So when you buy an electric scooter from Apollo, is there? Tell me how that works. So let's say, for example, I happen to watch this, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Tim's right. He's a big guy. It's working for him. It'll probably work for me, and I don't need to go too fast. I need to go far. The City Pro, for example, is a good fit for me. What happens? They go and they click, they buy, and then.
So if you, for every reviewer, like every affiliate that we work with, we always give them a code that they can give to your audience.
Oh, I see. So they use my Tim's Electric code, and then they can get okay.
Right. So you get $50 off with essentially one free accessory.
Gotcha.
But sometimes, like for example, Black Friday, we have codes available. We really want to make sure our customers know about that, because that's for them, right? That's for if like I think on Black Friday we had $100 or $200 worth of free accessories. We tell people, like, we do reach out saying, hey, we noticed you'd never availed of your accessories.
Gotcha.
Would you like a phone holder with that? And it's free. But I see we have a few more questions. Tim, do you mind if I answer a few of these?
Yeah, I know. Go for it. Go for it. Here, I'll
So
sit here.
let me see here. Justin. Hey, Justin. My name's Rajan. I actually been talking to you on Reddit. Thank you so much for engaging our group. And believe me, I'm really hoping that we can get you into the pro early access. Right now, it's only open to people from in cities that have our repair partners. But if anything changes at all, if we have any updates, we'll be sending out news to everyone. So what I want to let you know, I do appreciate all the comments, all the posts you do on our Reddit group. Thank you very much. We always love seeing that. Philip, the Ghost V3, we are not going to be making the Ghost straight from the factory, but we are offering the V3 upgrade kit. So I believe the upgrade kit is scheduled to ship, give me a second here, in August. So pre-orders are open now. And I would, if you're interested, definitely get on that, because like the Phantom upgrade kit, they sell out. They're very popular. The Ghost upgrade kit right now, pre-order, it's estimated to ship in August of this year. Let me see here. Opening a hub in Calgary. We're always looking into opening more and more locations. For us, the more coverage we can give our customers, Justin, the better. Believe me, our team is definitely at all times looking for partners around North America and around the world to have more locations for you guys.
Calgary would be awesome, by the way, because proximity to Banff and places like that. Some of the photos that they would get there and videos they'd be able to shoot there would be amazing.
Yeah, and if you get more questions here, we'll be glad to answer. Oh, if you guys just joined the live stream, unfortunately none of the execs are available right now because Elwa and Mac are in China. However, they are sending us every day. They're sending us pictures and videos of what's going on there, and we will be posting those on our Facebook group and also on our Reddit. Or subreddit, so you guys will, you'll see what's happening with the Pro, and it's really exciting. They sent some pictures and videos this morning. Big No, can you please tell me that the Pro will ship to beta testers soon? So yes, so Elwa and Mac are in China supervising the production of the early access beta tester units. So that will be shipping, I believe, in June. I'll double check what's happening. June or late June maybe. So we'll have more updates regarding that in the group and also via email. So but they're being made right now as we speak. So so going back to you, Tim. As a scooter enthusiast, I know some of the things that the community always talks about are regulations. We all know they're coming and they're changing all the time. What are your thoughts as a scooter enthusiast about those?
So first of all, I'm super excited. I mean, because I mean, all we can really hope for in Canada, is specifically, you guys are in Quebec, I'm in British Columbia, and worldwide. All we can hope for is that we don't go the route the UK is going through right now, because that is just a disaster. I haven't seen legislation like this. They're applying laws, and they're basically going after people that are privately, owning electric scooters, and then you can get rentals, but then anyway, it's a disaster in the UK. But here in Canada, we've got some really good things happening. Parts of the United States, I've noticed that they've got some really good legislations coming through. I noticed I think it was Regina. Yeah, it was Regina last month. They passed some legislation so that you can actually ride electric scooters. They had a 16-year-old limit, so you had to be 16 or above. If memory serves me, they had like a top speed of 25 or 30 kilometers an hour, so we're in that range. Here in British Columbia, we have 6 municipalities doing testing of electric scooters, which is great. As long as we don't get people, riding around behaving badly, as it were, getting into accidents, doing dumb stuff. I saw one the other day and I thought, oh, please don't do that. Not before, like, he's like riding on the side of the highway. And I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, please don't do that. Especially where we live, we have all these beautiful trails and bike lanes. It's quite a progressive city. So legislation, if it can be, there are a bunch of things with regards to legislation that I would like to see happen. I don't want them to restrict the size of motors. I think that's punitive to larger guys like myself that need larger motors to get up and down the hills. You can buy a Ferrari, but you could still have a speed limit on the highway, right? So that's okay. So why shouldn't that be okay for electric scooters? That would be fine with me. So, maybe have a top speed of 32 kilometers an hour when you're on bike lanes and stuff like that, or 25 kilometers an hour or something like that. Something that just I've never actually had a police officer ever pull me over or talk to me or even anything. I've had a couple of them wave at me. That's about it. Maybe they watch the channel. But at the end of the day, I find if you're respectful around those you're riding with, if you're not zipping in and out of e-bikes or bicycles on the sidewalk and stuff like that, then I think just being respectful is probably the best thing. And the legislation I'd love to see is something along the lines of maybe just a speed limit. And again, I'm not sure about age limits. I would like to make sure, I do recommend anyway, I'm not sure we need to have it legislated, but I do recommend people wear helmets. Michael here, who's actually on the call, he actually had a horrible accident going about 4 or 5 kilometers an hour, just wandered off the path and went over his handlebars. And if he hadn't had the helmet on, he would have been in big trouble.
Having a helmet is like we tell everyone, it
Good
always
idea.
be safe. That's the number one thing. And especially with our scooters as well, a lot of people, we take great pride in, for example, our scooters, they have turn signals, which it's not the sexiest feature out there, but we tell people that when we design our scooters, we really come from a mindset of this is a vehicle. So, right, so we try to put as much safety features in it as possible. So we have rear turn signals, handlebar turn signals. We have a horn. We're going to have anti-theft features. We really think of scooters as a vehicle for a certain type of use, right? Like commuting in the city or a joyride. But at the end of the day, it's a vehicle, and the more as more regulations come, we, as an owner of an Apollo scooter, and also as a company, you can say hey, we've put all these safety features in these scooters. We are trying to be responsible, members and responsible users of the road.
Oh, Rajan, and at the end of the day, it just makes so much sense. I take my scooter, ride downtown, I go to a restaurant, I go to, pick up some groceries, ride back. I didn't pay for parking, so that's good. But I'm also not using a parking space. I'm not using, I'm not causing, congestion. I'm, especially in the bike lanes, I'm just tootling along, getting there, getting my things done, coming home, and it's electric. And, Quebec's very similar in some respects to British Columbia. We have a really strong hydro system. Yeah. So, we have all this water coming off the side of the mountains and going to rivers. So we put these dams up and generating all this basically not free electricity, but inexpensive electricity. Why fire up a fossil burning dinosaur, eating car. It makes no sense to me at all when you can just anyway. That's why I love promoting this type of micro mobility movement because it just makes so much sense
No, I
and it's
definitely
fun.
agree. It is fun. In lunch, I posted on the Facebook group, myself and Aaron, our engineer, we took out two of the pros and got some tacos, and you get some tacos in style.
Yeah, and and it's really funny. Like, when, especially if we were on a group ride and we had people stopping and staring and looking at us, and I'm sure you have that experience as well. As you can see that they're much more popular. Even like 2 or 3 years ago, I wouldn't see any electric scooters. I would be the only guy. You may see one every month or something like that. Now, if I go out, I'll see one or two every single ride, and they're just becoming much more prevalent.
Exactly. I do see that we have some more questions. I'm gonna answer them as I know we have about 5 minutes left. Let me see here. Steve, what is happening with the Pro V6 walkthrough video, which was supposed to be released on May 15th? So, Steve, we did have to push that video back. But the reason being is that because Elwa and Mac are in our factory in China right now supervising the production of the early access units, we're going to have tons of more footage available with that video. So while we are pushing the video back till the end of the month, you guys will actually get more inside access than ever before because it's straight from the factory. So that's why we pushed it back. Kevin, can the Apollo Pro play music while riding it? Yes, that is why we have the speaker there. It is because we know a lot of the community members have asked us, hey, can you please add this? Because people they already have the Bluetooth speakers that they strap on to their speaker, right? But why not just make that integrated, right? Like a lot of our designs. Let me see here. Is the Apollo Air better than the Max G2, the GoTrax G6, or the Idea Elite Prime? So I'll be honest with you, me personally, I have not ridden any of those scooters. The guy that, have you ridden any of those, Tim?
No, Udea did reach out to me recently, so I will have one at some point in the next little while. The GoTrax I haven't tried. The Max G2, Dr. Luis, I haven't tried that one either.
Recently, right?
Yeah, I haven't tried those yet.
Yeah. What I can tell you is that us Apollo employees, I would say most Apollo employees do use our scooters, and a lot of us are also just scooter enthusiasts. That's how we got here. So and at the same time, we do as we make our products like any company, we do purchase models from other companies to see what they do great, what could be improved, and we use that to make the best product possible that we can offer.
I also think, well, actually, do you mind if I have a question for you?
Sure, for sure.
So do you you've had a whole bunch of releases recently. You've got the upgrade kits coming. You've got the Pro on the horizon. Anything wild and exciting happening this summer?
For this summer, actually, we just launched today. We just launched our summer campaign. So we're highlighting the ways how electric scooters give you freedom. So as you know, like you said, Tim, in your island, you like to take it for a stroll. For me, I like to use it to go around the neighborhood on the weekends after work. For me, that's freedom, like after when I want to relax, I get some fresh air. And we're actually giving away, starting next week, Friday, we're giving away one free Apollo Air 2021 for 15 weeks. So 15 scooters
Wow.
until September. Plus, to everyone here that is listening, you'll be the first to hear this news. In the middle of summer, we might be adding a bigger prize to that. So yeah, so for sure, 15 Apollo Air 2021s over the course of the summer, weekly draws, and there's gonna be a big prize coming. Maybe.
So is that what the link is that I saw scrolling across the bottom here?
Let me see here. I believe, and I don't know if I can see it, but we can definitely post. We can definitely post it. We have posted it in our group. But we can post it again. We have our landing page on our website as well. And aside from that, we're also going to be doing community events. Like we're starting next week in Montreal, and I'll be trying to organize some more. I think in mid-June, hopefully in LA. Not confirmed yet, but that's something I'm working on. And I really want to host as many community events, either online or in person, because we can't be in every place. But just stay tuned. Join our Facebook group. That's where we'll have all of the details. I'm just going to answer a few more questions because I know we have a couple minutes left. Mr. Baird, do you happen to know if City 2023 upgrade kits are in production already? So for the City 2023 upgrade kits, I know the ETA right now is, let me see here. I believe the ETA for those is they should be shipping by July. So let me see here. So I don't know. I don't have that information on hand of where it is in production, but it's estimated to ship in July. So this summer. Mr. Dr. Louise, I'm waiting for a scooter to have scooter Bluetooth for music. So yes, the Apollo Pro 2023 will have built-in speakers, and like a lot of our products, what usually happens is that as we go through some of the features, they trickle down to the other models, right? So I can't confirm anything yet, but this is why we have community feedback. Elwa, Mac, and all the other execs, when this podcast live stream is done, they're going to be checking the comments, and we do read all of the comments, and we use it to make our scooters. Get a few more here. Sorry, Michael. As a big guy, I'm having issues with the Phantom V2 to V3 overheating. Even with added cooling, is it common among big guy users? Tim, I know we have we're a little bit over, but do you have any experience with the V3? I know we sent you a Phantom 2023.
Yeah, I've had zero issues with it overheating. Now I don't know if it's where Michael is. I don't know if he's I've spoken to viewers down in the States. One's in Las Vegas, for example, and he's like, everything overheats here because it's 100 degrees. So I don't know if it's environmental or if there's something. I did see in one of the, I think it was Elwa was talking about ensuring when it did the upgrade that you put the heating element the right way around, otherwise, and not to cover it, obviously, because you want that heat to dissipate. So I would reach out to, that's one of the things I like about Apollo is you guys are actually accessible. Like I've had electric scooters shipped to me and I've had an issue with one. I've got one right now. I've got an issue with it. It's like, guys, I can't review it if you guys can't even respond to emails. Like, with Apollo, you guys are there. You're in Reddit. You're on Facebook. You're basically meeting any criticism head on. You're listening. You're talking about Chris and Elwa coming back and reading through the comments and listening and going forwards and seeing where the improvements can be made. And I think must be very humbling as an employee at Apollo, but it's also from the outside and looking in as a reviewer, and also as somebody's just passionate about electric scooters. It's so important and so refreshing to see a company going, yes, we're going to fix that. Yes, we're going to work with you on that. Yes, we're trying our best. Yes, we've made mistakes, but you know what? We're going to, that's version 1, that's version 2. And it, all these headaches that you must have to go through behind the scenes, it's commendable anyway, that you guys are trying to do. And it's encouraging, and it's a lot of fun because, when we get the products now, look at this, you're on to version 3 for the City Pro. And I didn't see any problems with the City Pro. I'm like loving it. And you guys are like, oh, here's an upgrade kit. I'm like, do we need an upgrade kit? What's wrong with it? It's fantastic. So I didn't look into it super detailed, but this thing's a pretty amazing scooter.
Sorry, regarding the City Pro upgrade kit, I forgot to mention Mr. Bear's question. Will the kickstand be upgraded to metal? So not the entire kickstand won't be upgraded to metal, but the part that we found that usually breaks, that is going to be reinforced with metal. So it's not going to be the entire kickstand, but that's the part that usually we see the failures occur. That's going to be reinforced with metal. As for we're out of time, so we'll have to head out soon. But Michael, if you could please leave your, I guess your order number just on the comments there. That way we can find you in their system, and then we can do some background checks. Maybe we can do some remote diagnosis on your unit. Like because it is a V3, we can now check, the battery. We can check the motor, and that's one of the reasons why we really want all of our scooters to be integrated to the app, because it allows us to help our customers more and get more data. So if you could please leave your order number in the comments, I will personally look it up on our dashboard once we get off, and then I'll reach out to our customer service team and to our tech team, and so we can help you out as much as we can. We are out of time. We're a little bit over, but thank you very much, Tim, for being a guest. You're actually our first guest ever.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me. Rajan, that was really kind of you to invite me on. Thank you to like people like Louise and Bear and Justin and all the Michaels and the Jazz, and thanks Jazz for loving my videos, and I'm really tickled to be here today. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much. No, it's been great, and it's really nice to put a face to the emails, to the person that we've been emailing back and forth, right? I mean, I see your videos, but I've never actually had this conversation face to face with you. I really appreciate you and everyone that tuned in. Just a last reminder, with that in the group, we had the vote for an Apollo Pro campaign we have coming soon. So we'll be drawing a winner for a free Apollo hat. And you know what, Tim, I will be sending you one of those hats as well. So
thank you very much. I'm so cheesy, but thank you. I'll wear it.
Thank you very much, everyone. Have a great weekend, and thanks for tuning in.
Cheers. Take care, everyone.